to all the Pisceans out there, hello, and this is your horoscope for the month of October 2012, the general horoscope. Now, for all the mutable signs, that includes you, it is going to be a very, let's say not boring month, a very active month, I think. And why is that? There's a lot going on with, I talked about that last month, about Saturn and Neptune. That's a good thing. Saturn, that is in your 9th house, and it's trining Neptune in your 1st house. Now, what does that say? It says that it's a funny combination. It's a funny combination of having Saturn in Scorpio that wants to go very deep and hopefully not too deep. Otherwise you fall into the abyss, but there's also this very broad view on things, and when you have the two, that's the perfect mixture to, well, to put some magic into this world, I think, because this Saturn in 9th house can be very realistic. I'm not saying pessimistic, but realistic. But it is with a very open heart, I think, because it's the 9th house, it's the house of the Sagittarius. So that's a nice combination. When Saturn enters a new house, it mostly, you only get the fruits at the end of the ride, so after 2 years or maybe a bit longer. But as Saturn is now directly trining Neptune, just by the entering of that 9th house, I think it's going to be a very strong start of this Saturn in the 9th. And you will be able to accomplish something during the month of October. And why is that? Because Mars was already there for some time in your 9th house. So you have been doing some actions when it considered 9th house stuff. So your ideals, you're working on your higher ideals, you're working on the higher mind, you're working on your belief system, and it's changing. And don't expect that the truth that you're seeing now is going to be the truth forever, because this Saturn in the 9th reflects that it's going to make a whole shift. So the things that you believe in now may be totally different from within a year or two. So that's very, very special, actually, because you could say that the 9th house is like, if you put a lot of effort in that 9th house, all the other houses benefit from it. You know, when you have the good ideals and the good connection with higher consciousness, if you're very conscious of what you're doing, all the other houses, whether it is relationships or work or whatever, they're all benefiting from it. So it's a very important time for Pisceans at the moment. And I'll think with that Mercury also in the 9th house during the whole month, you will do a lot of thinking to rethink all the beliefs that you had. Now, that is on the background, so that is for the upcoming 2 years that you're really going to shift and dig deep, because it's in Scorpio. It's a bit like what goes around comes around. That's the Saturn in Scorpio for everybody, but for you it's the 9th house, it's your belief system. Now, the other thing that is very important for all these mutable signs is the opposition between Mars and Jupiter and squaring up to Venus. Now, Jupiter is in traditional astrology your ruler, and it's in the 4th house, and as from the 5th, I think, the 5th October, it goes retrograde. So it means that the deepest core of you, maybe because of all this is going on in the 9th house, the deepest core of you wants a rethink, wants a change, wants to transform itself on a very deep level, because of course when we change our belief system, it's actually changing on a very deep level. You can't just change your belief system in a day or two. So you probably will, a lot of Pisceans will sense that something has to shift. And it's all the key areas of your life that are involved. The 7th house, the relationship, the 10th house, the work, the 1st house. It's you, and you've got Neptune in there. So for you, having Neptune in there is a very thing that is very familiar for you, I guess, because most Pisceans are really able to connect with all. And if you connect with all, then you feel that the things that you do have some kind of a meaning. And the things that you do reflect on yourself, reflect on other people around you, and reflect on your actions. But other people may perceive that a bit not clear, because Neptune is with you. So other people can see or cannot see what you actually really deep down inside want to show. But that's just the way it is. That's just Neptune in your house. And with that Mars in Sagittarius, that's very bold. And Mars in Sagittarius in itself is already trying to express itself. It's in the 10th house, so it could be work, it could be maybe with authorities, that you're trying to be very active and trying to show what you're all about. But it's opposing Jupiter, and Jupiter enlarges everything. So you have to just be aware of not to exaggerate. That's just basically the only advice I want to give you. But I think that that lovely Venus in the 7th house in Virgo will help you. So people who are very close to you can help you with that. They will probably align with your visions and with the things that you think about in general, because Venus is under the Mercury ruling planet, which is in the 9th. So they will agree on that, I think. But of course, having some vision is one thing, but applying it is another thing. And I think that is something that the other person can help you with how to apply that. It can simply mean that you want a pay rise and that you feel very much, and you're probably right about that. You know, Sagittarius is very much about the truth and sometimes very, very straightforward. But maybe your boss is saying in the conversation, are you worth it? Why are you so different from other colleagues? And why should I give a pay raise to you? So explain yourself a little bit. So that could be just the simple conversations that you can have with that Mars in the 10th and opposing you in the 4th house. But I think this square is really helping you to make that happen, to make the changes on a very, very higher connected level, to make them happen and to make them manifesting, because that's what all is, what the Saturn Neptune trine is all about. It's manifesting of these higher ideals, not only your ego, but what is good for the universe, what is good for God, what is good for Allah, what is good for Buddha, and so on and so on. So it's a very lively month for the mutable signs, especially for Pisceans, because your ruler is involved, and that is all happening. It's building up towards the middle of the month. So what I'm talking about here, that square, is all happening in the middle of the month. Now, I also do think that the fixed stars are involved again. There is, when all this is happening, there is a new moon in Libra on the fixed star Spica, and that new moon is in your 8th house. So it really shows that you're gonna be fine. And that's always with Spica. There can happen a lot, and a lot of shifts and a lot of challenging stuff going on, but when this new moon is on Spica, it shows you're gonna be fine. So that's a good thing to know. And it's in the 8th house, so it shows that this transformation that is going on with you is going to work out anyway. It's there. And the other good thing is, I think, during the month, Jupiter is starting to go in retrograde in that 4th house of yours, that deep you, that core. And it's going towards another fixed star. And I don't know the pronunciation of it. And I think it's Aldebaran, or Aldebaran. And it's the fixed star of new beginnings. that is actually opposing that Mars on another fixed stars, which is about cutting off and endings. It's Antares, I think. So there's a theme going on here of cutting off of something that maybe has to relate with work, and then a new start in you. So that's really refreshing, I think, for a lot of Pisceans. So thank you very much for listening, Pisceans. If you want, because of course this is a general horoscope, if you want me to look at your personal chart, just get in touch. I wish you all the best and all the luck for October, and see you soon next month. Bye.